instaMERSION.
Welcome everybody back to I Am Talk. We have my good friend Malynne, who is, I'm so excited to just jump into this conversation with you. And you have a few things going on in your life, right?
Yeah,
that's
a few things.
A few things, right? But you're working for City and County.
Yes.
As an urban planner.
That's right.
Right, but then now also starting this new endeavor, right? But maybe we can kind of go back to, I always just like to recollect and just share about, just the first time that we got to meet, right? Mm-hmm. You and your beautiful family and your beautiful daughters, but through my wife, right?
Right.
Being co-workers together at City and County.
Yeah.
And just thank you for just being such a good mentor and friend to her during her time there.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I met Leela when she first worked at the Department of Planning and Permitting in the Land Use Permit Division. Mm-hmm. We were coworkers and we hit it off because we like to talk about food and cooking and all things cute. So at that time, this was pre-COVID, we were, working together on planning different parties at the office. And that was so much fun. She's super creative, and we were just hitting it off, doing all different ideas. So awesome. We did a retirement party and a baby shower and all this stuff. And we, started working together on the city's Christmas tree too. So that was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh.
So a lot of different kind of collaborative efforts that you had to do together, not only work-wise, but also, through throwing these little parties and having similar fascination for food and desserts and whatnot. You have so much going on in your life right now, right? I don't know how you balance just working full time, and then you're also a wife, and then a mother to two kids, and then now starting this new endeavor, right? And we'll kind of get to that a little later, but just how is it that you stay sane during all this?
I don't know, lots of coffee and a very supportive family, especially with my husband, JR, who helps out, especially right before I do pop-up events or a big order. He's right there to help me out. Even if it's just to watch the girls while I'm in the kitchen prepping everything, he's there for me. Yeah,
so just having that proper support and that structure, and then just knowing that like your loved ones are almost like partnering with you through this endeavor. It's really awesome. Let's get into the fun stuff now, right? Sure. And so you have just this this new company, right? That business that you started called Ever Chocolate. Right. Yeah, tell me a little bit about just your journey kind of getting to where you are today, but where did your love for baking and it's not just baking, I see this like high level artistry behind it, and then, but just how you're able to express your love through your desserts.
Yeah. So, I've been cooking, baking forever, and it all kind of stems from my family. My family loves to cook. My mom's side of the family, she has 11 brothers and sisters, so it was a big family, and her mom, my grandma, just cooked all the time, tried to feed all these kids.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
It's definitely in the blood. So, I saw them cooking. Some like to cook in traditional Filipino food, and some like to do desserts. And so I learned from them and watched them growing up in the kitchen, seeing what they do. And with, traditional Filipino family, they don't measure anything. So for me to try to jot down a pinch of this and a spoon of that is kind of funny. And so,
what would you say your signature dish is?
Oh gosh.
When it comes to the non-dessert side.
I don't know. I always still like to play around with different recipes. So I'm not exactly sure I have a signature thing, but I do like making desserts. So that's definitely my thing.
Yeah, and it's such a huge switch over, right? To go from just kind of, like the main dishes, whether it be, Filipino or through other ethnicities, but even desserts, I see that as like there's physics, there's like, it's like a whole different science behind it.
Definitely. And now that I've got 2 little girls, they love to eat. Definitely have a sweet tooth. So playing around with different recipes and testing it out on them, they're my biggest critic, really.
and so how did I'm sure you're still cooking all the time too, right? Just meals and whatnot, but how did you get more involved in the dessert realm?
Yeah, so really started about a year ago when I started making cocoa bombs.
Just a year?
A little over a year with the
Wow.
hot chocolate
Okay.
bombs. The girls, we saw it online and we wanted to make it ourselves,
Yeah.
and they totally enjoy it. We love hot chocolate. Like I love it. I grew up in Chicago, and during winter and cold nights, rainy nights, we would just drink hot chocolate. It was
Yeah. What
best.
is a chocolate bomb for those out there like myself who might not know exactly?
Yes.
I mean, I know what it is because I looked at your Instagram and stuff. But if you could,
So it is, take your mug and then you heat up some hot liquid. So usually it's like milk substitute, water.
Yeah.
I actually like it with coffee, but with the kids, they just love it with milk.
Oh my
So
gosh.
It is a chocolate sphere.
We could even just kind of show the camera if you don't mind, just kind of holding it up and
Right here.
kind of angling in it.
I've got 4 right here.
Wow.
2 different flavors. This is the chai and the traditional milk chocolate hot cocoa bombs.
Was there one already in? Did a JR eat that one? Or,
One of the kids got into it and couldn't wait to have it.
Wow.
So yeah.
So if you guys can
usually
kinda-
it's 4 in a box.
Here, I'll kind of hold it up just to kind of show the camera in front. Oops.
Yeah. So you've got a sphere,
Yeah,
a chocolate
okay.
sphere, filled with the cocoa powder,
Okay.
or in this case it's chai. And you pour your hot liquid on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and you watch it explode. So I guess
Oh
that's
my
where
gosh.
the bomb comes.
So it's like a full-on
Into
like interactive dessert experience.
Yeah. So the girls always love seeing the marshmallows come out, sprinkles, and mix it
Yeah.
around, fully loaded with sugar.
How did you come up with this concept? Was it something that you had kind of already seen and wanted to try it, or kind of put your own spin on it?
Yeah. So we, like I said, we saw it online and
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to give it a try. But it's been so fun playing around with the different sprinkles and
Yeah.
colors and all of that. Different marshmallows. I didn't realize there was a mini, marshmallow versus the jumbo marshmallows and different flavors. So
Oh my gosh. What's your process when you go about starting something like this creatively? And they all have different tastes and flavors, and even just the artistry of them are also different.
Yeah. So I make my own cocoa powder mix. So I played around with my own version, starting from scratch, sourcing out like
Yeah.
a really good cocoa powder. Then, all the other things just started coming into play. And then I taste to see if it's just the right mixture.
Wow. And so I'm sure, just with your family being the best guinea pigs to be able to try out. At what point did you know that you kind of came up with the right recipe where you're like, oh, no, this is it, and we're ready to actually, put this on sale?
Yeah. So like I said, about a year ago, I was just giving it to friends. And then they shared it with their friends, and they started to, ask where they can get it. So I think that's kind of where it all started, where it wasn't just my immediate friends that wanted it, and they actually really did like,
Wow.
these cocoa bombs that I started to make. And so that's how it all started. So it originally started with all chocolate, just cocoa bombs. And then during the pandemic, we couldn't travel to Philippines. We had planned to go see family out there,
Yeah.
take the girls. They've never been there before. So for me, that was rough, but at the same time, I wanted to introduce, all the snacks and traditions that I grew up with when I was living in Philippines and always visiting family over there. So I brought it to our kitchen by making polvoron. Because I was like, wait, what can I make,
I remember we were, kind of talking earlier with our meal together, but you're saying that there's a distinction between Filipino polvorons versus Spanish polvorons.
Right.
Yeah. What's the difference? And even like, what is a polvoron? Because like for someone like me, I'm like, I think I've probably had one of yours without knowing what the name was.
Yeah. So polvo is powder.
And that's what you have over
for
here?
Spanish, right. So they are I like to describe it as a shortbread cookie. So it's a no-bake flour and butter-based cookie.
Yeah.
Shape. Usually it's in this shape that comes in a little mold.
Nice.
And so it's just sugar, milk powder, and lots of love from for me. And from there I started playing around with different flavors.
Wow.
And just had a lot of fun with it and shared it with my kids, and they love it.
Wow, That's amazing. So it's awesome that you could, bring something traditional, right, from your family background, and then also introduce it not only to your family, but also be able to just share this through your own artistry and with your own kind of twist to the rest of the world.
Yeah. It's definitely been fun introducing it to people who've never had it before.
Yeah, because there's this kind of education aspect behind it, and sharing, like your background and so forth,
and
right?
The tradition, usually when we go to Philippines, we would bring back pasalubong, which is gifts from Philippines. And the first
it's
thing
like omiyagi.
so the first thing we would always grab is polvoron to bring back, and everybody,
It's always a favorite then whenever you bring them back.
That's right. So, well, it's like if I can't fly out there, might as well, share this traditional Filipino cookie with people here in Hawaii.
Sure, absolutely. Tell me a little bit more about, so, I mean, there's one thing in terms of being a baker, right? Or like being a culinary artist, if you will, right? And then you have this kind of business aspect to it too, right? Where it was just how long ago where you've actually released your new business?
Yeah, just a few months ago. I started doing pop-ups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've been getting a lot more orders. I started on Instagram.
Wow.
People started to follow me, and from there I started accepting offers to do pop-ups. And so I did a few, and it just hit off. It's been great. I bring out different flavors. I try to change it every month.
Right.
So depending on the season, you've got your holidays, and then Filipino holidays too. So I try to like mix and match with the traditional Filipino flavors like ube and pandan.
Oh my gosh.
Later on I'll probably introduce Milo and all sorts of different fun
my mouth is like watering right now.
flavors. So yeah, it's definitely been a different outlet, because yes, I am an urban planner during the day, and then at night and in the weekends I'm cranking out cute little desserts.
Yeah, so two totally drastic different almost like parts of the brain, right? Where you're kind of working, like, I'm sure planning is like very I don't know the right word for it. Like, it sounds just very technical and very like systematic, and just like the thinking and the codes, and I don't know what my wife did before. But then kind of going into this other realm where it's totally more right brain creative, being able to have just this whole different form of expression.
Right.
And so at what point did you say, no, like right now it's time to take this next step in terms of just going more the business route versus just kind of doing it on the side?
I guess I would say when I had more strangers asking for my products, people I've never met before.
Was that surprising to you, or was it something that you kind of had anticipated?
Yeah. I mean, I'm new to this, so like sharing my food with friends and family is great, but to send it off to strangers, oh my gosh, they really do like it.
But that's so telling, right? To just to your success, and for the demand to be that high for other people to notice, not only like your artistry behind this, but actually say, hey, like, this is something that we want to enjoy, or maybe buy for Christmas gifts, or what was that Filipino, or the omiyagi, right?
Yeah, pasalubong. Yes, and you don't have to travel to Philippines to get fresh polvoron anymore. You can get it through me.
So now that everything is is official, and like the business is out, and are you taking orders now, or are you maxed out? What's your capacity?
Yeah, so right now I taking orders on Instagram, so you can DM me. I usually put up all my different flavors. I've got a form that you guys can fill out. But yeah, my Instagram is evercho.co.
Evercho.co. So it's going to be at evercho.co.
That's right.
So we'll be sure to put that in the description box. And also Malynne's contact information if you want to order. But it will probably have to be for the holiday, or like post-holiday. I'm not supposed to say anything date-related, but probably for the new year, right?
Yeah, definitely. And all the different holidays that come up, favors and things like that.
Excellent. What kind of trajectory do you kind of see, for the new year, and things that you would love to, areas where you would love to just explore business-wise and even just as a culinary artist?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love to explore different flavors that I've never done before. And the other thing that I've been playing around is possibly being able to ship it outside of Oahu.
Wow, yeah.
So
have there been people asking, even just outside of Hawaii, like saying, "Hey,
Yes.
how can we get an order?" Like, where else have you received demands from?
Definitely, like California, Texas,
Wow.
back to Illinois. They've all been asking for it. So yeah, so
And this is all through your Instagram.
stay tuned. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm trying to see if I could work out the packaging boxing.
Yeah. And what would happen if, I think me and JR were kind of joking earlier at dinner, but what if the demand just kind of became too huge? Or what if, you were just up to your neck with orders?
It's just us. And like I said, I have a full-time job and two little girls to watch too. But yeah, I'm keeping my options open. See, how we could do this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like any stories you would like to share of, maybe ways that you've served your customers or I don't know, like different things that have happened? I know like you've had opportunities with like Nordstrom and things that just kind of came from different types of connecting with people, but any special stories that have just happened? I mean, it's been such a short window, right? But it feels like so much has happened in such a short time.
In such a short amount of time. I mean, one of the first pop-ups I did was with Pusong Philippine X, which is a small community of Filipinos.
Right.
And they do events at Bishop Museum and other locations around Oahu. So it started there, and from there I was invited by Nordstrom to do a pop-up on a weekend at their location too. So I've definitely been blessed to be able to do these events.
Wow.
And participate and share.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you, so what kind of goes down at these events? Do you have like a table set up, or what would people expect, I guess? Yeah,
so, I'll have like a whole table set up. It'll probably most likely be me and my husband out there. And usually, depending on the event, if it's outdoor or indoors, because polvoron, it's best if you keep it in the refrigerator right before you eat it, just so the texture is just the right texture.
Yeah, just have a little chilled effect too, right?
And we dip there's an option to dip the polvoron in chocolate. So depending on the event, if it's outdoors and it's hot, I might not be able to provide the dipped chocolates, but usually, it'll be just the regular polvoron on the table, and you get to choose the different flavors.
Yeah.
Up to 4 is what I bring.
Wow. Excellent. Yeah.
So you have the sleeves, which is a pack of 8, and then I usually have like a box this size full of polvoron for 22 pieces.
And so for you, where do you get your inspirations from? As a dessert culinary artist, are there people out there that you look up to, or maybe there's certain chefs or certain pastry artists that you follow personally?
Yeah, well, I actually go to my mom and my uncle. Like I said, they love to cook, and they're great foodies. So I actually went to them and started talking to them about different flavors that I could do, and they were throwing out all these ideas at me. So I'll probably be doing some testing in the kitchen in the next few months with all these different flavors that they've suggested to do. And bringing all these Filipino traditional flavors too to the mix, not just ube and pandan, but all sorts of other ones.
Wow. No, I can see just, family being such the greatest influencers, right? I mean, like even watching like my mom cook when I was growing up, or just learning from family members is just the, I don't know, you just kind of get it in your blood, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like you grew up eating certain kinds of things, and then I feel like, recipes get passed down and kind of becomes a part of your DNA in a sense too, right?
Yeah. And I hope, to pass it down to my girls too.
Yeah, I mean, that must be so fun, just, having your own daughters. And I don't know if JR does anything in the kitchen. But,
he's really good. Yeah, he does all the washing dishes.
You gotta have somebody do that. You gotta have somebody do that.
But the girls love to watch me make all this stuff, and you know, like I said, it all started with the cocoa bombs, and it was all because of them, really.
Yeah, and that's so awesome that, you know, it's something that you cannot, you know, only do to serve them, but they can kind of learn the process too as they go along, and also enjoy a treat here or there for themselves too. We're down to, we have quite a little bit of time, but I just want to give you just some time with the camera in front, and then just if there's anything that you want to pitch. I know, we're just trying to avoid like certain events coming up, but if there's just maybe you want to kind of talk about more about the desserts or how people can make orders and so forth. So just want to give you the camera right in front over here.
So again, my Instagram is evercho.co, and you can contact me there or email me at evercho.co808@gmail.com. I take orders through direct message or email, but at the same time I also do pop-ups, so just look out for all the different events that I'll have. I'll post it up on Instagram, and you'll be able to follow along. So I hope to see you guys out there.
Awesome. So glad to just have you come by and just share your treats with us, and also opportunities for us to be able to contact you to pretty much make our next orders and just have something to, whether it's to accompany your next dinner party, or maybe it's, you know, just like omiyagi that you want to buy for relatives or for family and friends, but just ways that we could delight our taste buds with your artistry. And so just want to, you know, thank you for your time coming onto the set and just allowing us to have this conversation with you.
Thanks for having me.
And so this is Malynne, and then again, I'll leave her information in the description box below. And get your orders ready, submit your orders to her to be able to get your chocolate bombs and your Filipino polvorons coming up. And so thank you guys. Just want to thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
instaMERSION.
I would love to thank you for hanging out with us here on I Am Talk. Hit the subscribe button to stay in tune with our channel. Oh, and don't forget to tap that bell icon to get notifications on the latest episodes coming your way. We're always looking for the next guests to talk story with here on I Am Talk. So if you just shoot me an email at alex@instamersion.com, I'll be sure to shoot a guest application your way. Well guys, that's all for now. Until our next episode of I Am Talk, this is Alex, and I'm out. Peace!